So I was just unwinding a little bit for the night working on my Totally Rad Ribbed Socks by Summer Lee, and it got me thinking that I never talked to all of y'all about the materials that I was using to knit those socks. So this got me thinking that I don't just want to talk about knitting, I want to talk about the people behind my inspiration for the things that I do, the people making the things that I love to use, and the people who inspire my color choices or the pattern choices, or just make me excited to knit some more. So I figured I could start a series of videos where I talk about kind of the things that I'm using that I love, or even just like an Instagram account that really inspired me kind of that month or that period of time before that video, just to share somebody new with y'all or to celebrate somebody that everybody may already know about. Now, in this episode, I'm just going to be talking about 3 of my favorite acquisitions in the shops where I got them. But in the future, I won't just be talking about acquisitions because I don't think that you have to spend a lot of money to get a lot of inspiration or to have a lot of joy from knitting. But as I was working on these Totally Rad Ribbed socks, these materials brought me a lot of joy, and I just wanted to tell you all about that. So if you want to learn about some new things, including one indie dyer who's doing something super cool, then stick around. So before we start the video, I just wanted to remind you to definitely hit that like button if you're enjoying this content while you're watching, and be sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see videos that I have coming up in the future. Also hit that little bell to get notifications when I have new videos coming out. Also, while you're watching, be sure to keep in mind that I want to hear from you if you have somebody that you think I need to know about. So leave a comment below if you have a maker that's inspiring you, or who dyes beautiful yarn that you love to use, or whose Instagram you just think is super inspiring. So I'm gonna go gather all the things I want to talk about, and we'll sit down at my table and chat. So I gathered all the things that I wanted to talk to y'all about. It seems like a lot, but it's just a few things really. And I figured we could chat while I work on my sock. So this sock was what kind of inspired me to do this video, so I definitely wanted to chat with you first about the main color of this sock. The dyer of this colorway, Caramel Apple, is Brujeria Lana. The dyer's name is Nina, and I chatted with her on Instagram after I purchased these skeins, and she actually gifted me this beautiful caramel apple color. What's so cool about Brujeria Lana and what really inspired me was that Nina is using her talent for the purpose of intentional inclusivity. On her website, she writes that she dyes yarn and sells it at a super affordable cost, not to make money, and not as a statement that other hand-dyed yarns are overpriced, but just because she wants to. Because as a low-income person, she didn't have the opportunity to partake in the joy of knitting with hand-dyed yarns, and she wanted to, and she wanted others to. So she started dyeing, and she sells her yarn just with the sole purpose of including everybody. I think that's so inspiring. The colorways that I got were this green caramel apple that was gifted to me. It's absolutely beautiful. It's all these different shades of green and almost like deep yellows kind of, and these gorgeous caramel specks and darker brown specks. And I think it's perfect for this autumnal sock. It's like this like fall dream. Now these other 2 colorways are called Otoño and Summer's End. Otoño and Caramel Apple are on Nina's Wisp base, which is a 70% superwash wool, 30% nylon base. And when you hear that these cost $17, you think, oh, you're gonna be giving up something to get such beautiful dyed yarns at that cost. So surely the base isn't gonna be as good, but that's just not at all the case. This sock is coming out so squishy and bouncy, and the fabric is so thick. It's so, so nice. This Summer's End is on her Boline base, which is a DK 80% wool, 20% nylon base. It's the skein that I saw on Instagram and immediately drew me to her Instagram page and then to her shop. The colors are amazing. There's these deep, rich browns and honey tones. There's some deep red speckled throughout. And this base color is like this gorgeous kind of gray with darker blacks mixed in. I just love a DK weight sock yarn, so I knew I had to have it. I'm so, so happy that I ordered her yarn. Going back to this idea that when you're getting these kinds of yarns at this price, like something must be missing, right? And there is something missing. Nina isn't doing this to make money. She's not doing it as a statement. She's doing it because she wants to, and therefore she's selling these yarns just to make them accessible. So whenever I purchased these yarns, I made a donation through her Ko-fi link in her Instagram profile. Ko-fi is this platform by which you can support artists and makers and people for doing things that you enjoy and help them to continue doing that. So I made a small donation through her Ko-fi for each skein, somewhere between how much these cost and how much they would cost from a similar dyer dyeing similarly high-end yarns, so that she could continue to do this for other people. That is the purpose of her Ko-fi. So I think you should 100% go shop her next shop update. She lists those dates on her Instagram profile, and 100%, if you're able, you should donate to her Ko-fi when you purchase her yarns so that she can buy the dyes that she needs and the materials that she needs and continue doing this, because it is awesome and her yarns are gorgeous. Her collection that she had up whenever I shopped for these yarns, well, these two yarns, was this really cohesive like fall collection, these beautiful fall yarns and kind of Halloween themed yarns. Everything was just beautiful. So go over to her shop, go over to her Instagram page, and go over to her YouTube channel, which she also has. I'll leave links to all these things below. And I'll leave a link to her Ko-fi too if you're inspired like I was and want to support her, because she's worth supporting. What she's doing is awesome. So the other yarn that is in this sock, the contrast color, was this honey color yarn from Kenyarn that I also got as a gift. I'll just be transparent. The dyer behind Kenyarn, Jake, and I have been friendly for some time now on Instagram, and so whenever I made an order, he gifted me with some skeins of yarn, and they're all absolutely beautiful. This honey colored yarn is called Golden Hour, inspired by that time period when the sun is going down every day and you get this perfect lighting, like perfect light. I think he captured that feeling in this yarn, but I got this right after I got this caramel apple, and I was thinking about these Totally Rad Ribbed socks when I got this caramel apple and was gonna go with a brown yarn for this contrast color. But when I saw this Golden Hour, I knew these had to be together. They belong together. It was meant to be. And so I used Golden Hour. I shopped for these two skeins and a few others on Jake's shop. And this collection that he had was called Camp Kenyarn. All the yarns were inspired by summers at camp. Every shop update of Jake's has this really cool inspiration behind it. So I always look forward to his shop updates, because even when I'm not able to purchase some yarn, I love to see his reveals and to hear about his inspiration and to see how he translates that inspiration into the skeins. He always has tonals that correspond to variegated yarns. Now, I didn't get the corresponding yarn to this tonal here because I love variegated sock yarns and I love wild sock yarns. And this is Arts and Crafts, and this skein is called Friendship Bracelet. These two are $28 on a serious fingering base, and this sock set was $40. Now, I don't know that he always does sock sets in his collections, so when I saw this one, it was a must buy. All of his sock yarns are so soft. They're expertly dyed. They're such cohesive collections. It's so exciting to watch what he's coming out with, and it's always so inspiring to see what he does with his inspiration. So you 100% have to check him out as well. So working with both of these sock yarns, though they're available at different price points, they are the same quality, and they are both worth every penny and more of what they cost. They're amazing to knit with. This sock is awesome. I cannot wait to put more of this Golden Hour in the heel and the toe. I think it's gonna be such a comfortable sock, and I know without a doubt I'm gonna shop both of those shops again and continue to look at both of their Instagrams for inspiration, because I just love seeing really talented people do really cool things with their talent. These two dyers are two examples of just that, and it makes knitting so fun. Even if you're not partaking in the shop updates, just supporting them through following their Instagram, liking, leaving comments, and talking to these two people through their comments or through live streams that they may do is so fun, because they're both just really joyful people doing really cool things. And there's nothing I love more than seeing that. So the final maker that I wanted to talk to y'all about today was also kind of included in this socks adventure, and that is Paisley and Gold Sewing. The sewist behind Paisley and Gold Sewing is named Erica, and she actually made that little pouch that I turned into a sock go bag. Now, I ordered that pouch because it was beautiful. I had no intentions of doing anything with it really, because I have so many bags and so many pouches, which is why I'm so hesitant to shop for new bags and pouches on the internet when I see them. Because if I buy every beautiful bag and pouch, I won't have money. Same as with yarn. But hers were different. I saw this pouch and it just kind of spoke to my aesthetic, and I knew that it would go really well with some of my other bags. I have these fringe supply bags that I got before they decided to close down their business, and I saw Erica's Paisley and Gold bags, and I thought that they would be very cohesive with my other bags, which is dumb, but I really enjoy. And so I bought it. Everything on her shop is beautiful. And you can tell just from the pictures and from her photography on her Instagram and everything that it's gonna be good. But I wasn't prepared for how good it is. You're probably saying to yourself, like, how good could it be? It's a pouch. But this thing is so well made. It's lined with canvas. So it's waxed canvas on the outside. It's this natural colored canvas on the inside. So it's really sturdy and really thick. I would feel comfortable at some of the larger sizes using this as like a sock project bag. My needles would not go through this, you know. The zipper is like gorgeous. It's this really sturdy zipper, and it's got this absolutely amazing leather detail with her logo embossed in. And you can just tell that so much care and love goes into making just this one pouch. And this thing was only $18 at the time that I purchased it. All the prices I'm giving you are obviously just at the time that I purchased it. So if you're watching this later, who knows how much they're gonna be. They should all be worth more, but you know, just check at their websites. But at the time that I purchased this, $18. And as soon as I got this, I knew I had to do something special with it. And I'm so happy that I landed on the idea of a sock go bag, because I love making socks, and all these materials, though you don't have to spend money to find joy in knitting, it would be a lie to say that some of these things don't bring just that little bit of extra joy. As much joy as I get by turning, you know, a $3 ball of sock yarn into something beautiful, I get out of just looking and feeling and working with these kind of luxurious sock yarns and this luxurious pouch. I just get so much joy from all these things. Even though things aren't required for joy, these things are awesome, and just thinking about all the inspiration and creativity that goes into making them is really exciting. So I encourage you all to go out and reach out to these creators on Instagram, go to their websites, look at their shops if you're able. And if you can't buy anything from them right now, go ahead and leave likes and comments and interact with them on social media. That increases their reach and helps the algorithms on all these social networks to know that people are enjoying them and help them reach out to more people so that they can find new customers and new people who might find joy and inspiration from their stuff as well. And if you enjoyed this video and it brought you a little joy, then hit the like button below. And if you want to see what I have coming up, including more maker spotlights in the future, if you've enjoyed this one, hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it if you want notifications. But until next time, I hope you enjoy your knitting, and I'll see y'all later.